Welcome to Report Vikings. Today, we bring you news that is shaking up the NFL world and could directly impact the future of the Vikings. If you are a true Vikings fan and want to stay up to date with all the news and analysis, don't forget to subscribe to Canal Report Vikings. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any details about your favorite team. Now let's go to the first news. Where will Sam Darnold end up in 2025? Surprising options. The Vikings quarterback saga continues. While everyone expects J.J. McCarthy to be Minnesota's starter in 2025, there's still one question in the air. What about Sam Darnold? Can he stay in purple or will he look for a new home? If Darnold really leaves, he could become a coveted name on the market, especially since this year's QB free agent class is weak. So, some teams that no one is talking about could make an attempt on the former Vikings. Let's check it out. Indianapolis Colts. Plan B for Anthony Richardson? The Anthony Richardson project at the Colts is starting to show signs of instability. Does he have talent? Yes. But injuries and some disastrous moments put a huge question mark on his future. If the Colts want more security at the position, Darnold could be the guy to hold the fort. The problem? His market value is still uncertain, but if he agrees to a team-friendly contract, Indianapolis could be an interesting destination. Tennessee Titans. No QB in the draft? Darnold could be the solution. The Titans have the #1 pick in the draft. But wait a minute. What if they don't get a quarterback? With a questionable QB class and a monster like edge rusher Abdul Carter available, the Titans could opt to shore up their defense and look for a reliable veteran like Darnold to lead the offense. This would avoid the mistake the Steelers made with Kenny Pickett, taking a QB out of desperation and later regretting it. Los Angeles Rams. Back home? Now, hold on to this. What if Darnold goes to the Rams? Matthew Stafford hasn't decided whether or not to retire, and if he does hang up his cleats, Sean McVay could look to Darnold as a short-term replacement. In addition, Darnold has already had a rebirth in the hands of Kevin O'Connell, who comes from the same school as McVay. Not to mention that he was born in California. This return home would almost be a movie script. So, fans, which of these teams makes the most sense for Darnold? Or could he still stay with the Vikings? Leave your opinion in the comments. Charvarius Ward free on the market. Vikings watching. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a big name in the defense available this offseason. Charvarius Ward is about to test the market and, apparently, doesn't even want to hear about returning to the 49ers. So, who will pounce on this monster of the secondary? Well, among the teams that may be rubbing their hands, Buffalo Bills, Detroit Lions, and, yes, our Minnesota Vikings. Now, why should the Vikings go after him? Simple. Brian Flores' defense took a leap in 2024, but they still need that elite cornerback, the guy who closes down one side of the field and makes opposing offenses suffer. And Ward could be exactly that player. Plus, his style of play fits perfectly with the Vikings' aggressive defense. With him, Flores could release even more pressure on the front seven, leaving opposing quarterbacks completely desperate. So, the question remains, will Kwesi Adofo-Mensah make this bold move? With a competitive market, the Vikings will need to act quickly if they want to bring in this big-name addition to our defense. What do you think, fans? Would you like to see Charvarius Ward in purple and gold? Let us know in the comments. Rumors about Aaron Rodgers and the Vikings are set to grow after recent report. Ever since Brett Favre made his move from the Green Bay Packers to the Minnesota Vikings, any possibility of another legendary Packers quarterback following suit has always generated speculation. This time, the name in question is Aaron Rodgers, and rumors about a possible interest from the Vikings may grow even more after new information recently released. Jets expected to part ways with Rodgers this offseason. Last Sunday, Jay Glazer of Fox Sports reported that the New York Jets have already informed Rodgers that he is no longer part of the team's plans for 2025. In addition, Glazer mentioned that all signs point to the quarterback still wanting to play in the NFL next season, which means he could look for a new team. With this news, speculation naturally arises about possible destinations for Rodgers, and the Vikings could be one of the teams mentioned due to the uncertainty about the future of the quarterback position in Minnesota. Do the Minnesota Vikings really need Rodgers? The Vikings currently appear to be pursuing a different plan for the position. The team selected J.J. McCarthy in the first round of the 2024 NFL Draft, and the young quarterback is widely expected to take over as the starting quarterback in the 2025 season. Still, some analysts may suggest that Rodgers would be a short-term addition to a team still looking to solidify its position in the NFC. Given Rodgers' track record and knowledge of the division, he could be a valuable asset if Minnesota decides to look for an experienced quarterback to lead the team for a season or two. Does Rodgers fit the Vikings bill? Despite the quarterback's experience and talent, there are some reasons to believe that Rodgers' arrival in Minnesota is unlikely to happen. Since taking over the Vikings, head coach Kevin O'Connell has prioritized building an organizational culture based on unity and a focus on teamwork, something that may not align with the veteran quarterback's profile. In recent years, Rodgers has been involved in several off-field controversies, which could be seen as a distraction for a team looking to find a new identity and a long-term plan at quarterback. In addition, the financial cost would also be an obstacle. Even if Rodgers is out of the Jets' plans, his contract is high and would require a significant investment from the Vikings. Although rumors about Aaron Rodgers and Minnesota are expected to grow in the coming months, the reality is that the Vikings already have a plan in place for the future of the quarterback position. With J.J. McCarthy on the roster and an environment focused on developing young talent, Rodgers' arrival does not seem like a viable option at the moment. However, until Rodgers' fate is officially decided, the quarterback's name may continue to be associated with the Vikings, especially by analysts looking to draw parallels with Brett Favre's trajectory in the past.